purely mobile internet.
Yo, what's up, Adrian? You're my first viewer, I think. So, I'll try to reverse engineer why Witcher 3 loses focus when the game pauses. Maybe I can demonstrate that. Because that's honestly quite annoying. Because as you see, when the window loses focus, the game pauses. And that makes actually debugging the multiplayer feature and testing it on the same PC, that makes it quite impossible. So it would be nice to get rid of that so that I can debug the multiplayer feature on the same PC. And I'll try to figure that out. I probably won't talk that much or explain that much while I'm focused, but if there are any questions, just write them in the chat. So for now I'm trying to find the window that is created and find the window procedure to see where it handles the focus messages, and I think it should be that. And maybe I can just debug the window creation to see if it is really that. Mm. That won't work. I have custom scripts still in the game. Okay, I hope that's where it creates the window. And it looks like it is. That's where it creates the window. So this should be the window procedure. And maybe I can find what's going on in there. Think. There is a list of window messages from Wine. It's super nice. And I think number 8 is when the window loses its focus. And that should be the cause for the game pausing. Maybe I can just try to simply hook that and kill the focus message. I can try to do that. And then let's call the original function. So I should call this function instead of this one now. And if it receives a clear focus notification, oh, that's not needed anymore, that's completely broken. I'm gonna now date it. Commit. Still looks broken. Ah, that looks good. Okay, compile, let's test. Ah, that won't work again. I need the mod. Now it works. And I hope that the window still loses focus. Shit. Maybe the hook is not working. Ah, yeah, I forgot to return here. Well, I still want to test if the hook is working. By the way, can you guys actually hear me? Is my mic good? Okay, so the hook is working. Good, good. And now if it loses focus, the hook triggers. And I sure hope the game does not pause. But it still does. That's kind of unfortunate. Maybe not forwarding that at all. Or maybe there is a different message. Yeah, the static noise is probably the fan of my laptop. It's a bit loud, but I'm sure you can live with that. Okay, it still pauses the game, which is kind of sad. So it must be a different message. Maybe I can log the messages that are being sent. I don't think it's logging anything. And that's quite an interesting list. I'm getting 15s a lot. Maybe I can move the window. Oops. Maybe I can also print when it loses focus, so that I know. So there should be a focus lost message, which is 8, and then it has a different message, which is not interesting. Maybe what's this one? Destroy. No. Mm, 28. That window's good. Activate app. That one looks interesting. Or 6. Activate. So it sends an inactive value. That could be it. Yes, that looks good. The game is still playing. That's nice, and I hope it also works in game. Yes, that looks really good. That's super nice because it was really annoying when I was trying to implement multiplayer functionality. I was unable to record some footage and to debug the stuff on the same PC because having two games running doesn't work if the game pauses, if the window loses focus. So that was quite annoying, but that seems to work. Obviously the solution that we have here is quite trash, so maybe there is a way to make it better. Finding where the game actually pauses instead of killing that message. So I'll try to debug that and just pop up a message box. Yeah, that should be good. Now that the window is paused, there is my debug message box, and I think if I debug the game, thank you. The music is indeed super nice. I searched for some no copyright music on YouTube and chose the very first playlist. So I really hope that it fits. I do have the chat up, but I don't always look at it because I'm focused. I try to stream more often, but it's honestly quite stressful, not gonna lie. Debugging stuff while others are viewing, it's not always that simple. And I'm quite happy that debugging the window messages worked, because the only idea I had was to check the kill focus window message, because that's the one I knew that existed. And that obviously didn't work, and then I kind of panicked a bit, but it worked. Okay, so the debugger is attached, and if I pause the game, I should see my message box somewhere. might be this thread. It's not. Yeah, it's a good thing. I just need to find the thread that has my message box. But to be honest, looking them all up is quite annoying. So I just print the thread ID. Yeah, so I really thought about streaming the progress and streaming the process, but it's hard to find good topics because most of the time reversing is just trying out different things and sometimes staring at the screen for 20 minutes and doing absolutely nothing and thinking about things. So there will be phases that are quite boring, and I'm not sure if streaming everything makes sense. But I think the topic that I'm working on today is interesting to watch. Or at least I knew I could make some decent progress. So the thread is 65E8. Yeah, that's true. I mean, in the end, those who find it boring, they can still leave the stream, so... And if you guys have any questions about what I'm doing, just ask. I'm so used to reverse engineering that things seem natural for me. But yeah. Okay, so it's the main thread. Interesting. And somewhere on the stack should be my message box. Message box timeout. Message box. Message box. Okay, that's quite useless, so I try to load some symbols. oh fuck it, I'll just debug it here. Oh yeah, that's actually quite retarded what I'm doing. I'm debugging a window message handler while spawning a message box, which creates its own window message handler and dispatches window messages to the window, which kind of doesn't work. So I'm not for sure for PC, but I know for PC. So I looked up and searched if others already had that issue, and that seems to be a known issue. Whether that's an issue or not is subjective, but there seems to be no solution on PC for that, so I guess doing the work myself and finding the right place to hook seems like a useful thing to do. And I mean, that already works, so doing that and killing the inactive message works, but it feels quite ugly. And I want to find out where in the game it actually triggers the pausing. And I already looked at it once and I searched if there was some handling on the scripting side in the Witcher scripts, but I was not able to find anything, so I think it's all from the native side. Yeah, so I can actually eat that. So I think that should work. Setting a breakpoint here should also be good. And now losing the focus should pause the game, and attaching the debugger should... Actually, I could have skipped the debug break. But that should work. I'm using an old version of IDA, which still has all the plugins I like, and that one takes really long to rebase, which is quite sad. Okay. That's not ideal. Okay. Ah. Yeah, that's That's quite dumb. Removing that should be better. Actually, think it fucks up the database because it thinks that my Witcher 3 binary, which simply loads the original game, is the game, so it confuses the two modules, which is not very good. No, I hope. Of course, it doesn't trigger my breakpoint because it killed the database. I think debugging it like that is quite annoying. Yeah, it rebased it. That's absolutely not good. Maybe I can just instead debug the original game. And then it should be good, but it killed the database. So recreating it might be good. To be honest, I never really used Cheat Engine. I grew up using IDA, so that's basically the only thing I know. So I don't really know if Cheat Engine is any good or not. But yeah, that should be good. Should be good. Now I need conditional breakpoint. Six. That's RTX. Yeah. Okay. Maybe I can edit the breakpoint and say alright, equals whatever that is. 0. Okay, so now we're in. Maybe debug here. And I think the message is not 6, it goes there. It's bigger than 7. It does this. So it must go somewhere in here. So I don't know. Let's just step through. Skips that. No idea what happens here. But that looks uninteresting. That doesn't look interesting. I think that's the interesting part. Now it's here. Maybe I can give that a name. Window, message, and that thing. And let's see what happens there. The question is, what are the arguments? That's the window message, and that is probably what I'm looking at, so might be message and now that looks like it could be it. That might be it. So we step through. It's the case for 6, and then it. No, that's a completely different case. Ah, yeah, it does -2. Okay. So it checks if it's 2. And 2 means it's activated by mouse click. And then here it checks if it's not 0. So that means active. And then it calls this, and this is probably pause or unpause game, something like that. I have no idea if the name actually matches. And then that second argument should be whether it should be paused or not. Should unpause, I think it's inverse. Should be false now. No, it's completely garbage. Ah, no, it's a 0 because it's just 1 byte. So it's a 0, which means we should not unpause, which means we should pause the game. So let's see where it goes in here, or maybe should unpause. No, so it does this. I'm pretty sure it's that call. This is what causes the game to pause, or maybe it's that. But it did I skip? Yeah, so that's definitely not it. So I'm pretty sure it's that call, which should be somewhere. It's either this one or that one. So this is where it pauses the game. I'm pretty sure that's the... Yeah, we'll definitely save the stream. So I'm pretty sure that's where it pauses the game. And if it takes this branch, it pauses the game. If it takes the other one, it does not. Yeah, it's going to take this one, but we won't let it. So we'll just do some simple magic and prevent it from taking that branch ever again. Yeah, I have no idea about Twitch. That's my first stream, so maybe there is a better way to archive them rather than using VODs. But anyways, I think changing that to an EB should force the game to never take that block. Instead it always returns. And let's just skip that. And it's laggy as hell. And obviously still pauses because of my breakpoint. Nobody cares about that. But it works. So that's definitely where the magic happens. Okay. The question is whether I just killed the pause feature of the game or not. But let's see what I patched. So this location triggers the pausing. If you revert that, it kind of broke the graph, but whatever. But let's see if patching that instead works. So far, those wondering what this EB means, there is a conditional jump here, depending on whatever condition that is. And if that condition is met, it jumps to the return statement. And if not, it jumps to the part of the program that pauses the game. And changing the first byte of that instruction to an EB turns it into an unconditional jump. So it always takes that path here and essentially never triggers the pausing, which is what I'm trying to do. And I think that might be everything. And that's again the bad mods folder. But yeah, the patching that single byte definitely works. Now the question is if it also works in game. But I think it kinda also. Oh no, it works. So that works. The game still runs.
His mission, gather intelligence about Ciri. Yet Geralt arrived too late. The Wild Hunter reached Hendrik first. Witcher learned nothing from the spy's corpse, but the wraiths had failed to find his notes. Geralt read them and knew that Ciri had been a guest of the Bloody Baron, a local warrior, and that his quarrels with a witch.
And let's hope it works. So doing that in-game also works. And I can still naturally pause the game. So I guess that's it. Catching that location fixes the issue. And that's honestly super nice. I did not think that I could do that on live stream. I really thought that might be too stressful, but it works. So it might maybe be a good idea to actually dig into that block and see where it jumps and actually figure out what that is and what's actually going on in here. Because I have no idea who actually references this other than the function that we saw in the debugger. But as that's only a feature that I'm going to use for debugging and developing the multiplayer, I don't think it's really important to make this a good patch, because as long as it works and I can debug the game and run 2 instances in parallel, I'm happy with that. So yeah, I think that's it for today. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for watching me. That was my first stream. I really hope it was not too boring or too complicated. I try to archive the recording and see you soon in my next stream, I hope.